अल्कोहल ना यूज हुआ हुआ हो और जिसके अंदर कोई भी ऐसे एनिमल डेरिवेटिव ना यूज हुआ हुआ हो जो हमारा रिलीजन कहते हैं कि हराम है। तो एट दैट टाइम वी डिसाइडेड कि इस्लामिक सोप को स्टडी करने के लिए, जैसे हम लोग इस्लाम को स्टडी करने के लिए वी गो टू कुरान, वी बेसिकली decided to study Quran in depth. In Quran, we basically tried to understand the fruits, vegetables, plants which were mentioned in Quran. We found out that in Quran and in Hadith and in different holy scriptures, there are lots of fruits which are mentioned. For example, dates, fig, olive, cedar wood, जैसे सिद्दतुल मुंतहा की बात होती है, kilonji. So then what we tried to do was we basically listed down all these plants, vegetables and fruits, and then we tried to understand कि इसके benefits for body क्या है, human skin पे इनके क्या benefits है और environment पे इनके क्या benefits हैं. So after months of research, we were able to compile a few points. Next slide. For example, dates के बारे में कुरान में और हदीस में बहुत जिक्र आती है, खजूर के बारे में, grapes के बारे में, cedar के बारे में. Cedar is a very important ingredient in perfumery and is used in major fine fragrances, in masculine fragrances. Olive की बहुत जिक्र आती है, as we are all aware, बहुत milk and olive के concepts होते हैं lotion, creams, soaps के अंदर. Honey की बहुत जिक्र आई हुई है, किलोंजी की और milk की. So we basically highlighted these ingredients and then we tried to study them. The dates, they give us amazing benefits for our body. For example, it's highly a source of iron. It's a very good antioxidant. It's good for your skin. It helps you with digestion. It's a remedy for weak heart. तो इस तरीके से different हमने जो ingredients को study किया, and then what we tried to do was we basically designed fragrances based on these ingredients. And then we basically pitched these fragrances to different clients across the world. For example, in Indonesia, in Malaysia, and in Pakistan. And after adding those fragrances, we also tried to convince them कि आप ये basically जितनी भी ingredients हैं, आप इसके extracts को भी अपने skin care में डालें. So after going through the whole research, what I feel is that our religion, Islam, has given us everything. Like Quran के अंदर हर चीज के अल्लाह ने इल्म दिया हुआ है. So sometimes if we want to innovate, we don't have to go forward. Sometimes we can just look what is available to us. And as a Muslim country, as Pakistan, as Muslims, I feel that we should be very proud of our Quran, and we can basically study it in depth for skincare and perfume industry. Thank you very much. If someone wants, I can share this presentation with the management. And if someone is interested, it's a very long presentation and it's a big research, so you can all go through it at your free time. Thank you very much. And if anyone has any questions, please feel free.
तो we will be happy क्योंकि मैं तो उसका बड़ा अच्छा इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक था, so I am here for that.
पहले स्लाइड पर द कॉन्सेप्ट जो मैं आप लोगों को समझाया कि हमने किस तरीके से इंग्रेडिएंट्स को स्टडी किया, और बहुत सारे इंग्रेडिएंट्स ऑलरेडी इस इंडस्ट्री में यूज भी हो रहे हैं, एंड देयर आर लॉट ऑफ न्यू इंग्रेडिएंट्स व्हिच कैन बी यूज्ड. फॉर एग्जांपल, सीडर वुड वाज नॉट थॉट ऑफ इन कॉस्मेटिक्स, ग्रेप्स वाज नॉट थॉट ऑफ. सम यूजफुल वर्ड्स जैसे उम्मा है, शरिया है, नूर, हलाल, हराम. As we were discussing, His Excellency discussed that around 2 billion population globally, which is Muslim, which are all mostly based in Indonesia and Asia and Pakistan and Middle East. And they're all young, they're all IT users, they're all educated, and they're all willing to learn. they're all extremely confident and proud of their religion and of who they are. They look confidently to the future and stay firmly rooted in the values that define them. They're fully engaged with the world, but are defining their own place in it. अब बहुत ज़्यादा influencers globally, you see that they're Muslims, a lot of football players, a lot of film stars, politicians, they are all being extremely proud of who they are and are basically leading the world. There are certain core Muslim values, for example, purity, honesty, humility, discipline, togetherness. Next. Now, I would like to go on what halal is.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It's Sohail Jabbar. Because you have already winded up your presentation and it's better to put the question and you responded to those questions. Do you have any analysis on the products we have currently in Pakistan, like these halal soaps? And on every soap we saw there, it's written, it's halal, it's halal, it's halal. Do you have any deep analysis about that, whether their claim is right or wrong, or on which aspect they are saying this is halal, or you have this definition of halal soap? Are they do they compliance to that definition or not?
In last 5 to 10 years, there is this governing body, Sanha Halal certification, and a lot of upcoming cosmetic industries have already registered with them. So to register with them, they have like their own criteria that they basically see that if they're not, that if you're using alcohol in any cosmetic product, they make sure that that alcohol is not derived from the alcoholic beverages, but it is derived from the synthetic route. And the second major concern is basically that it should not have any animal derivative used inside it. So for example, if gelatin is being used, like a lot of soaps and detergent powders and different laundry bars use tallow base, which is a derivative of goat and cows. They make sure that, you know, the slaughtering of those meat is basically done in proper halal ways. And it's a very big field, but the industries that we're dealing with in food and in cosmetics, we feel that most of them, or some of them at least, are trying to, you know, follow those principles. Please, sir.
The halal product. Yes, they determine the product, the ingredient. Suppose I would say high pressure liquid chromatography. You run your halal sample with it, and as a sample, you get the peak. And there, if you go further, there is a mass spec. There are a lot of analysis method to analyze the halal product. But second thing, you ask him regarding the authority. Yes, there is a regulatory authority, but I think in Pakistan is still on the way. But in Turkey, because I used to travel in Turkey for halal, because I'm giving lecture on food and halal cosmetics and traveling and whatever. So they have that. So there is a regulatory authority who monitor and test that agriculture. Either this ingredients are halal or not. I hope it's slightly.
Please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Muhammad Salim Ghori. I just want to mention a principle or fiqh over here. A principle is that if the nature of a thing is changed, that is, its chemical nature is changed or is denatured, the same rules or fiqh do not apply on this resultant product which were applied on the original product. Why I'm mentioning here that if you change the nature of the fat which you are using to make that product and it's changed chemically, the same principles of fiqh would not apply on the product. So it's very important that we should give the ease wherever we can to the people and should not make everything strictly difficult for the people. And we should keep this principle of fiqh in mind. Thank you very much.
So you're 100% correct on this thing. कि बिल्कुल इसी तरीके से होना चाहिए. And just before starting this seminar, I was talking that Pakistan already is established as a country where if it is made in Pakistan, across the globe, the expatriates or Muslim community living in the world, they really believe that it will be halal if it is made in Pakistan. And we don't further go into details what it is. And now some nice halal certification bodies are day by day emerging in Pakistan, which are also making sure that these criteria are fulfilled.
Okay. I am Dr. Tahira Iqbal, Professor of Biochemistry. मेरा भी यही क्वेश्चन है कि सोप जो बनता है इसका केमिकल रिएक्शन है बेस के साथ, सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड, पोटेशियम हाइड्रोक्साइड और साथ में फैट के साथ, और इसका जब केमिकल रिएक्शन होता है तो इसकी नेचर चेंज हो जाती है. और जब नेचर चेंज हो गई तो जैसे डॉक्टर साहब ने कहा कि फिका के हिसाब से अब वो फैट जो है, वैसे हमें पिग की फैट नहीं पसंद या हम उसको हराम समझते हैं, उसकी केमिकल नेचर चेंज हो गई है, तो क्या हम उसको यूज कर सकते हैं? केमिकल नेचर इज चेंज्ड.
May I intervene?
Yeah.
I think we are now entering into a very interesting debate that's in all of our minds. But we have the next speaker lined up from Indonesia, and she's also
Okay.
from the same field. So I think we can park our questions here and let her talk, and then we'll get back to this discussion. And maybe she can also give her input in this as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for providing us with unique perspective. To explore more in this area and to answer some interesting questions, we are having Ms. Fitri Octavia Fatmi with us to share her work. She is known as Halal consultant both in Indonesia and Malaysia, trainer in Indonesia, and halal writer and blogger in social media. She has conducted many webinars on this topic. She has a bachelor's in pharmacy from University of Indonesia. She holds a master graduate in halal industry management from International Islamic University, Malaysia. She is also having certificate as halal auditor, halal executive in food handling industries, and had a good manufacturing practices with a demonstrated history of working in pharmaceutical industries. We warmly welcome you, ma'am. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am. How are you? Ma'am, kindly unmute yourself.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. Sorry for the delay. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So, can I present now?
Yes. Okay, ma'am, you can start your presentation.
Okay, yeah, wait a second. Okay, can you see the presentation? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you,
Can
but
you
not
see
very
the
clear.
presentation? Can you hear the presentation?
Ma'am, your voice is not clear.
Hello? Can you hear the presentation?
Yes, we can hear.
You can see the presentation. Okay, we can start.
No, ma'am, we can't see the presentation. We can see you.
Oh, okay. Wait a second, please. Sorry. Mm,
Ma'am, kindly share your screen.
okay.
Ma'am, kindly share your screen.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So now already can?
No, ma'am.
Oh, what happened here? Uh, so sorry about the delay, the
Yes, ma'am.
trouble.
No, ma'am, it's not visible.
So already can see?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's visible. Ma'am, kindly start your presentation.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ma'am, your voice is not clear.
Oh. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ma'am, it's still not clear.
Still not clear. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. You can hear my voice?
Ma'am, we can hear you, but your voice is not clear.
Oh, I don't know how to make it clearer. I already shouting. Okay. Hello, can?
Ma'am, you can remove your headphones.
Remove my headphone, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am. Your voice is clear now.
Okay, the presentation already can see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we can start now.
Yes, ma'am.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon from Malaysia. I'm Indonesia, but actually I live in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. So it is an honor for me to be one of the speakers in the International Conference on Dermal Sciences 2022. Thank you for having me. So today we start with Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I would like to present the result of my study about determinants affecting purchase intention of halal products. Our talk today included is a Muslim population in the world, halal product, halal market, study of determinants affecting purchase intention of halal product as an article review. Muslim population in the world. As I mentioned before from the ambassador of Indonesia, Mr. Adam, so nowadays almost 1/4 of the world inhabitants are Muslim. According to an estimation in 2022, Islam had 1.98 billion adherents, making up to 24.9% of the world population. The rapid growth of the Muslim population worldwide is the fundamental cause of the global halal industry expansion. Halal product, as mentioned before, halal means lawful and allowed. Halal product are product prepared following Islamic law, also known as Sharia law or Islamic law, in compliance with acceptable process or procedures. Halal theory is based on the Quran, Muslim Holy Book, and Sunnah, Prophet Muhammad's normal practices. Halal products are widely used for food, meat, cosmetics, personal care product, pharmaceutical, food ingredients, and contact with food materials. As a Muslim, consumption of halal product is an obligation, as stated in the Quran, Surah Al-Maidah, Ayah 88, and eat the lawful and good food or toyib from the which has been granted to you and fear Allah and believe in Him. Halal markets. The halal market, especially food, have received positive responses because their qualities have covered the fundamental aspect of hygiene, safety, health, and quality. Global Islamic Report 2021 stated that the global Muslim spending across lifestyle industry as follows. The Islamic finance industry has 3.637 trillion US dollar in total asset, while food and beverage spend 1.267 trillion US dollars, apparel and clothes up to 295 billion, and then media and entertainment spend up to 231 billion US dollar, travel spend up to 102 billion US dollar, pharmaceuticals spend up to 100 billion US dollar, and cosmetic spend up to 70 billion US dollars. The halal market is expecting to continue grow in the coming years. Studying determinant affecting purchase intention of halal product. This study, halal product demand is expected to increase in the coming years. So the determinant affecting purchase intention toward halal product need to be studied to facilitate market growth. So the purpose of this study are to analyze the factor influencing halal product purchase intention, to identify literature gap to future studies recommendation. The finding could become input to halal manufacturer to recognize and target the halal product consumer, understand their outlook and the factor that influence their intention in purchasing halal product. The study focuses on the purchase intention of multiple halal products, so it's not dedicated only for cosmetic, but for foods, meat, cosmetic, pharmaceutical, finance, tourism, and fashion sector. In this study, the scope is the study analysis the empirical research on consumer halal purchase intention papers published only in Scopus. And then the selection of article, the following selection criteria were adopted to select the related studies. First, the article should be a research article. Second, the research should be address factor influencing the purchase intention related to halal product. The journal selection process, first of all, the journal research papers are found through systemic research method that includes searching abstract and keyword portion in the Scopus database. The keyword used is halal purchase intention. So the search resulted 88 articles. Then the paper content is reviewed by cross-checking the abstract to ensure that the database contain only the correct article for analysis. Just empirical research exploring different factors influencing customer purchase intention. Then the process contribute to the deletion of 43 particles from 88. So we deleted 48 articles. All papers are reviewed for replication and one article is found to be duplicated. And then the last step, after the elimination process, we found 44 eligible papers are left for the final review. From the result of the 44 articles, we found that the finding indicate halal foods has been extensively studied compared to other sector or scopes. Halal food has topped the chart with 52.27%, followed by cosmetic article with 15.91%, and then halal product with 13.64%, halal meat with 6.82%, while finance 4.55%, and pharmaceutical retail store Muslim-made product with 2.27% respectively. The previous research used quantitative method by using questionnaire to test their hypothesis about the relationship between the factor affecting purchase intention toward halal products. And overall, majority of study of purchase intention were conducted by Malaysian researcher with the highest number of 15 articles, followed by China researcher with 5 articles. At the same time, Indonesia and Spain produced 4 papers. Authors from countries such as UK, Pakistan, South Africa have published 2 related articles. In contrast, other authors from Thailand, Turkey, Singapore, Saudi Arabia, Iran, and India published 1 article related to halal product. Thailand and Pakistan also cooperated to study purchase intention in halal product and produced 1 article for each collaboration. The theory that we use in the study, in the article that we found, normally the theory in consumer decision making could help us predict the intention and action concerning the purchase or use of particular brand and product, and even choose between different brands or products. The article review have employed several theories, such as theory of planned behavior and extended TPB. To examine the relationship between the factor influencing halal product purchase intention. Other study, however, didn't use any theory as a basis of their determinants. Theory plant behavior is an extension of theory, reaction, action, or TRA. TRA consisted of attitude and subjective norm. In 1985, TRA was added by the perceived behavior control to improve the TRA predictive power. The extension of theory of TRA known as TPB. This is the famous theory of purchase intention. TPB has become one of the most widely cited and influenced model for predicting human social behavior. The core concept of TPB is the people systematic use knowledge before taking action and that their behavior action are not taken impulsively. In the review, we found that 8 papers have analyzed TPB factor, 8 articles examined the theory of extended TPB, and then 28 journal articles use various determinants with no particular theory to test the hypothesis between influence factor and halal product purchase intention. This is the factor that use of the author for the theory of purchase intention. Those are determinants of affecting purchase intention of halal product that we found from 44 journals that we review. Those determinants are attitude, subjective norm, perceived behavior control, halal awareness, religiosity, halal logo, trust, price, safety, quality, and many more. Based on the data we found that we categorize the variable of determinants. They are divided into 2 categories. First, internal variable that are specific to the individual decision. Factor external is a variable that define the other circumstances in which the respective customer decides. For internal factor, the examples are attitude, perceived behavior control, religiosity, halal awareness or halal consciousness, trust, halal knowledge, and other factors such as loyalty, exposure, self-efficacy, self-identity, moral obligation, motivation, and cognition. The other factors is external factor. The example of external factors such as subjective norm or social norm or reference group, and then halal logo or halal certification, brand components, product attribute and quality, price, advertisement, product availability, and accessibility. Other external factors, for example, are country of origin, halal supply chain, place, market, and marketing concept. From the article review, we found the conclusion. We found that the significant factor in shaping Muslim consumer intention purchase halal products are attitude. This one indicate that Muslims are aware of and have a reliable positive attitude toward halal product that positively influence their intention to purchase halal product. Second, perceived behavior. This one indicate that Muslims are most likely to make considerable effort to obtain halal product. Third, subjective norms. This one is the influence from their families, friends, and relatives emerge as essential driver of buying intention. All those 3 factors are part of the factor from the theory of planned behavior. And then the other conclusion is the factor that's significant of Muslim consumer purchase intentions are religiosity. Religious people tend to apply religious rules and practice unconditionally. Their high religiosity relate positively and substantially to customer intention to buy halal product. Second is about halal awareness. Halal awareness affect consumer intention to buy halal product. The more consumer know.
Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am. We were running with shortage of time, so can we have questions from the audience?
Oh, okay. Please.
If anyone have any questions, you can ask.
I just want to add one, and then the last one is the most important is the product already have the halal logo. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, ma'am. Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for your insightful presentation. We will having the question at the end of the session.
Okay, thank you. Yes. So I just already finished the presentation. Thank you.
Sure, ma'am. If anyone here having the car number 1747, kindly park your car to the suitable area because it is obstructing the traffic. 1747, car number 1747. Anyone here? You can also give your keys. No one else. Anyone here having the car number 1747? Okay. So our third talk is on industrial application of halal cosmetics and its economic impact. Role of probiotics on skin health. For that, I would like to call speaker Dr. Shaukat Parvez. He is renowned researcher and scholar with 8 patents and 85 publications to his credit. He has held many key positions, including former rector of University of Faisalabad, chairman of Ministry of Science and Technology, Pakistan, and director of technical at Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission. Please welcome Dr. Shaukat Parvez.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Very good afternoon. So, thank you, madam, for your invitation. Madam Tanzila, I'm just addressing you. I'm just wanted to pay you gratitude and thanks for your kind invitation. So I'm very pleased to coming back to home again. So I will try to make it, quick, but I'm afraid that you are always giving bell. So give me a little time. So industrial application, you don't have my card. Anyway. So industrial application of halal. I think you have heard a lot about the halal. Madam, before I start my talk, I may give you reply on your beautiful question. It was very, right question that composition has changed. But in Quran, I think we all know that mention this pork or food is haram. So it is now it's haram, either its composition has changed or not changed. This is my personal point of view, because the Almighty has already mentioned that this thing is prohibited. So it is prohibited either composition change or not. I hope it's my, yeah. In Quran is mentioned that blood and the pork, sur is haram. So you were asking the question that when composition change, so either it become halal or not. My reply is no, it will be haram. Because while Almighty has mentioned that this thing is haram, so it means that it's haram. Without, there is no tashri in Quran about the analysis, the change of the composition. So that's my point of view. So I hope. Anyway, I think let's go. Please, next card. आगे से ठीक है बेटा नहीं चाह रही. So you have heard about the halal. I think we all know it's permissible as per the Islamic law, and against the halal is haram, which is not permitted as per the Islam, or the Almighty has not allowed. So regarding the industry, halal industry and its market in the world, food, if you see, I cannot go here. If you see food is it in the top, so its revenue is here, and the second comes the pharmaceutical and cosmetics in one of the growing area of halal cosmetics. You have something like that. Yes. Hello. So if you see the potential of food is almost, 2 billion, what I can see is 2,000 billion US dollar, and expected to be about 4 billion US dollar 2025. The same if I go directly to the cosmetics. So cosmetics and personal care, this time the business is about 21.2 billion US dollar, and expected to 77 US billion dollar in 2026. But halal has been expanded beyond the food. Now the halal is pharma. Tourism industry is another industry, strong industry in the halal. And fashion and design comes to halal. Banking and finance. Logistic is again the halal. This industry, print and electronics media is halal. Beta, how to go? Beta, can you shoot it? I'm sorry. So if you see this slide, that they accept food, growing area is the cosmetics. It's almost about 179 billion US dollar compared to agriculture and compared to pharma, compared to other. Go next, please. So all these halal relate to the population. Muslim population. How much Muslim population are the halal product, halal market, halal business will be expanded. So if you see the 2010 was 1.6 billion and expected 2020 will be 2.6 billion Muslim people in the world. Next, please. So what are the growing market? What is the reason? How halal is going to be increased, or what could be the market force? Market force of halal is the change of religious. I mean, people are going to change their religions from another religious to the Muslim in one addition. Second addition is the youth. Population of youth of Muslim are more compared to the Christianity and other. And young people are more using cosmetic compared to the rest of the old people. So another thing is immigration. Third, an important point is the fertility of the Muslim people are more compared to the other religions. These are the few factors which give the market of halal, expand the market of halal. Next, please. Next, so we have heard that the business of halal, that is about 2.3 trillion US dollar in the world, and growth rate is almost 26%. This is the fastest growing business in the world is a halal. Next, please. So coming to the halal cosmetic, after you have heard a lot about it. So halal cosmetics is again the permissible. The ingredient which we use in our manufacturing must be permissible and halal, not from pork, not from a genetically modified organism, not from any ingredient which has been prohibited. Next. So if you see this slide, the halal, global halal cosmetic market in 2021 was 27 billion and expected is 54 US billion of the halal cosmetics. Next. So regarding the halal cosmetic, what it's need, if you see the ingredient, as I said, must be used, which are permissible or as per the Islamic law or rules. Second important point is the halal products are free from any part of the material derived from the human body. And cosmetic products do not contain ingredient obtained from animal, which is prohibited, which has not been properly slaughtered as per the Islamic law. Same, if you see the product are certified, there's another area that halal product must be certified. And the product which is bearing the halal mono, it must be certified and authenticated from any regulatory authority which they have put the logo for halal. So halal label must be labeled according to the prescribed labeling according to religious, it should not be exposed by any human body or so on. The distribution of the halal cosmetic must be different from the unhalal. This is again next one. So halal cosmetic power market forces again the improvement, the socio-economic, because in Muslim countries are going to be having a good economic conditions. So product of the halal is going to be more used. Same as the Muslim population pressure and the popularity is another population is another pressure. Another thing that the innovative marketing, I mean e-marketing, online marketing has enhanced the market of the halal. So halal is actually safe and hygienic and lawful. Next, please. So if you see the global halal cosmetic market size, 2020 is 38 billion and expected 2030 is 164. I already showed that. Go next. Halal cosmetic market size by the region. Asia and Pacific is the top. 77% are halal, 74% of halal products and cosmetics is being used in Asia. Then come the Europe and come to the United States. Next. Halal cosmetic market share by application. So one of the most used product is the halal hair products. That include the shampoo, that include the hair gel. This is the most demanding product, halal product are the hair compared to the skin care and face care and beauty. Next, please. So coming to the my technical talk about the probiotics and its application on skin. So probe stand for and biotics stand for life. So probiotics is called beneficial bacteria, which we got from our mother milk. Mother milk has a strain of probiotics, mean lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. Next, please. So it is called beneficial or friendly bacteria, and it's promote our health and provide us vitamins. Next, opposite to that beneficial bacteria is called pathogenic bacteria, which cause us disease and they are harmful for our body. This is just introduction for my young colleague. So next, please. If you see, the human body cells are less compared to the probiotics, bacteria in the body. Is 30 trillion cells in the normal human body, while if you the bacterial strain, a probiotic bacteria are 39 trillion cells are the strain in our body. So next, please. So the history of probiotics started from Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. Longevity of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam was because of he was using fermented cod milk. Dahi jisko bolte hain. Same, Almighty has also suggested us to use the mother milk for our infant because that mother milk has both probiotic strain. Next, I will show you what is function of probiotic strains. Can I go back? So, famous scientist of Mankiewicz, he already observed that there are two bacterial strain, a probiotic strain, while they use. So it gave the longevity and good health. This is again the function of the probiotic. Go next, please. What is the contribution of probiotic? Yeah, otherwise I would say the friendly bacteria. It guard our body. It provides vitamins to our intestinal system. It reduces the toxic material and help to maintain our high energy level. This is a function of the probiotic bacteria. Next, please. Next, please. So this is the normal intestinal ecosystem while there is no any pathogenic effect. So it looks like this. Go next, please. So what disturb the probiotic system are our intestinal flora. There are few things, use of excess antibiotic that disturb your intestinal flora are probiotic, processed food, and rich fatty acid food type are disturb our intestinal flora or kill the beneficial bacteria. Next. If you see this electronic slide, if you see the left one is our intestinal flora has harmony. And the next one, if you see, there's disturbance because of the pathogenic bacteria there. Next. This is one example while pathogenic bacteria are suddenly attack on intestinal layer, they disturb and enter and electrolytes are out. So as a consequence, diarrhea occur. Just for my young colleague. Yes, next. So this is few application of probiotics. It increases immunity in our system. From Almighty, we got the probiotic strain from a mother milk. So it's improved immunity or prevent from the cancer. Treat the allergy, lower the blood cholesterol. We have done a lot of work on the cholesterol reduction through using the probiotic strain, and we have patent and publication. Another recent area, emerging area, is the prevention and the cure of COVID-19, because probiotic has the characteristic to increase immunity, provide the lactic acid and toxic compound which inhibit and kill the virus and the bacteria. So another emerging area now which we have already studied. Second is the skin health. I'm going to show you in my next slide how it helps in your skin. I hope you recall back from your grandmother, they were using yogurt or dahi for skin. You know why? Because yogurt contains bacterial strain. So that bacterial strain are beneficial. So next, please. We have published one article about the probiotics and their fermented food products are beneficial for health in USA and Applied Journal of Microbiology with very good impact factor. Next, please. So what is the role of probiotic on skin? Next, please. My colleague knows that the skin has three major parts: dermis, epidermis, hypodermis. And the skin has almost 70% of the water and 25% is protein and almost 2% lipid. This is general information for the skin. Next, please. So there are few examples of probiotics, how it's helped to skin. The lactobacillus improve the skin ability to function as a protective barrier. As I said, a lot of pathogen or environmental effects are in our skin. While these bacteria are there, they protect. They kill either or they make sheet. And they are not allowing any foreign bacterial strain to affect a foreign particle to affect your skin. Second, bifidobacterium have a function to reduce the skin sensitivity. Again, as bifidobacterium, they are again the bacteria which we have got from Almighty, from our mother milk originally, but now. Same thing, if you see the Streptococcus strain, they increase the hydration. And these are the few applications which I mentioned here about the probiotics. Next, please. Sure. So another slide which is very important for the benefit of probiotics is anti-aging. Because for age, while we grow up, go older, our skin become shrink because of the collagen. So that they also produce antioxidant, vitamin C, and that vitamin C and lactic acid support for the collagen. And what happens as a result, your skin is young, and it helps for the aging effect. So strengthening the skin barrier, again, we have discussed that they also produce some chemical which are not, allowing any foreign particle or pathogenic bacteria to kill. Same, they have improved the immunity, improving the inflammatory, so on and so forth. I have to go further. Yes, next. So as I said, that how they increase the immunity, because they stimulate our T cell. The T cell, they produce the antibody and immune system is activated. Next. So these are the few slides which I already verbally told you that they secrete some bacteriocin, hydrogen peroxide. These probiotic bacteria secrete some bacteriocin. So they kill the foreign particle, foreign bacteria on the skin. This is a slideshow. Please next one. Production of tyrosine inhibitor from Gallerus using, again, yes, this is technical. I will just give you a little brief about and we have used the probiotic bacteria for skin whitening and skin health. And we have patent on it, and we have our product in South Korea, and we have published. So I will give you slide detail. Please go next. So for my young colleague, the melanin is produced in the skin using, the tyrosine is a protein which produce, affect the tyrosinase, and tyrosinase help to promote or synthesize melanin. If you stop the synthesis of tyrosinase enzyme, then your skin is white. Technically, we have proof, and we got the result out of it. Next, please. This is the biochemical way how tyrosine is inhibited by enzyme tyrosinase. So it's go in a metabolic pathway. It goes to dopachrome to, tyrosine to dopachrome to dopachrome, and then come to the melanin. Very brief, so you can see this in your biochemical pathway that how melanin is synthesized. Major, there are 3-4 steps. Next, please. So in my start, because we are trying to have a product which must be halal and from the herbs. For that, we have studied almost 2,400 herbs to find out the best potent tyrosine inhibitor or skin whitening product. Next, please. So this is again technical. We have just clean, or we have just purified the compound using different chemical, ethyl acetate, water, methyl. So we found the 3 lines which is working, which is F1, F2, F3. So they were more purified form of potent. Next, it's working. So I do very brief now. We use a micelle of B16 to understand the phenomena of fermentation using probiotic, using substrate as a Gallerus, and the consequences of that. So if you see this one, the blank is called, it's called blank. Back job, back जाएंगे बस इधर के आप फिर खुद करते जाइए. Anyway, so if you see, these are the electron microscopic. So this is the fermented now. Melanin cells. This is expected to the methyl acetate. So these are the results. Next. So this is HPL study. How we wanted to know which kind of compounds are there in the Gallerus. Very interesting phenomena. We found some very beautiful compound which promote our health, skin, and white our skin. So I will show you the next slide. Next, please. So we found ascorbic acid was there. Lactic acid was there. Vitamin B3 was there, which are purely useful for our skin whitening and supporting the collagen that improve our skin whitening as well as support collagen to support our skin for to reduce the aging effect. Next. So you might be knowing the function of ascorbic acid that has been well known that they support collagen and also they have the anti-testosterone activity in it. And secondly, lactic acid that remove the dead cells and soften your skin. Lactic acid is same as we use the yogurt or dahi jisko bolte hain. So the vitamin B3 was there while we analyze. So that also support our skin for to reduce the aging effect, reduce the wrinkles in our skin. Next, please. The compound which we have found from the MRS spectrophotometry was methyl gallate, because industry is not using the herbs as such. They first identify the compound, then they synthesize same compound in chemical way, then they produce, because they have to produce tons these creams and these products. So we wanted to identify which one is the compound. So it was we put the name in methyl gallate. Next, I'll go quick. I think I'm getting one. So if we compare with the fermented or with the probiotic strain and simple galaros, as a brief, if I say the fermented galaros with probiotic strain was using in less amount, having the best anti-testosteronic activity, and its effects a lot on skin, on health, on whitening, as well as skin whitening and skin health. Health means that improve the collagen and use as an anti-wrinkle agent. Next. So that I already discussed that we have successfully submitted patent. We have the product in South Korea about the skin whitening using the probiotic strain. Next. That article has been published recently in Advanced in Traditional Medicine from the Health Wing, University of Faisalabad. The co-authors with me is Hyderabad Saab, myself, that appear in last year. Next, please. Advice: use yogurt and fruit. Fruit work as a prebiotics, yogurt work as a probiotics. That make your skin white. If you can see the first slide, and after using that one, the second. That's my personal advice. Next. So thank you. Yes, madam. Yes, please. I'm waiting. Thank you. I hope you got my point, but I went so quick, maybe because.
Thank you, sir. Very nice presentation. Very interesting. So my question is inhibition of tyrosinase healthy? Is it healthy? Inhibition of the tyrosinase enzyme, does it cause some, bad effects on the skin? Yes, it is involved in synthesis of melanin. I know very well. I'm from biochemistry. Tyrosine is the amino acid that is used as a precursor, and the inhibition of the tyrosinase, it is the interference with the nature. We are inhibiting the tyrosinase enzyme, and we are, disturbing the synthesis of the melanin just to whiten the skin. Okay. Our beauty too.
So I think that's why my question is they are
Okay. So usually females, they are using it. Not nowadays, male are also using, but usually female. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Anyone might know something. Because I went in fast, I think a lot of my feel comfortable technical terminology. Use this I try to understand. That is something else. Yes, but now it's well it's fermented. So it is very good product, Yes. The patent is commercial. By what name is it? It is Korean name. I can show you next time. Last recommend. These are all words of why? Actually, yes, I was working as a senior community. Subject हमारे जितना जो पेड़ मेरे 8 पेड़ है इंडस्ट्री आपको वो प्रोडक्ट मैं बनाऊंगा उसके मुझे पर आपको जो पब्लिकेशन करूंगा हर पब्लिकेशन का डेट हर पेडिंग है आई वाज गेटिंग 1000 सब बेस्ट है तो हम वेयर पढ़े होल मैं आप पूरा 12 बजे तक आई यूज स्टे इन माय लैब because I'm Pakistani make money while I'm out from my home so इसीलिए एक प्रोडक्ट बना उनके साथ मेरा एज ए मेंटर मैं हूं मैं देयर एंड वो कंपनी यूरोपियन कंपनी की उन्होंने बनाया उसको और उसको मार्केट किया सर मेरी मैं ट्रेन एलिमेंटर मेरा नाम है बट रियलिटी देख है but I got the money out of that my work मेरे पास अभी आ उसको मैं खुद पसंद करता हूं I charge without or I mean having myself. That after very ugly lecture है वो पूरा scientific technical था. I think you will love it to see. बात वो है उसमें टेक्निकल चीज है जो मैंने यहाँ पे yeah, words have phenomenon, but you keep on using it, then it stops. But another thing you have to mention. So, you also how it makes the components. So, started that also school. But I think I know actually.
Thank you, sir. Your presentation was really interesting and insightful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now I request Dr. Mahmood Yahya to come on the stage and give your comments about the session.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, I feel proud that मुझे बुलाया गया in such a nice and august gathering. और दूसरी बात, I feel proud that I'm a Muslim because we all talked about halal and haram. And the third thing is that all the speakers, Dr. Hazefa, I don't know whether Hazifa or Hazefa because you were having a discussion already, what's the correct pronunciation, but anyway, whatsoever, and Dr. Shaukat Parvez and our Malaysian or Indonesian colleague, they did very well because I'm not a skin specialist or dermal sciences, which can understand, but I do know a bit of chemistry. I have certain things to say. First of all, there was a thing talking about halal and haram. What the fiqh is saying, whether you denature it, you change it, or you do not change it. And Dr. Shaukat said that Quran is silent on that. But I tell you one thing, being a Muslim, Quran is not silent on that. If you open any book of hadith, it starts with first hadith, and that means innamal amalu binniyat. and that you are the judge, not the external person, number one. Secondly, question is not this, that whether I'm eating halal food or a haram food, whether I'm using a halal cosmetic or a haram cosmetic, it's not the question. The question is also the money with which you buy the halal food or halal cosmetic and you use it, do you think that is halal? Quran says, Udkhulu fis-silmi kaffa. Enter the Islam as a whole, not as a cosmetic or eating or doing anything. I go for Hajj, it's a halal thing. But the money which I use is haram. Do you think that's going to be acceptable? It's not. So it's fantastic. I'm proud to be a Muslim. I must use it. But please remember, this concept of halal and haram applies to each and every aspect. One, to see is not wrong, it's halal. But with this, I see a bad thing which is prohibited, it becomes haram. So there's nothing material in it. It's only an ethical issue, which I know, nobody else knows. So once we are talking about this, we are very particular when we go abroad, when we travel, this food is halal or haram. That's fantastic. Now, Quran says that pig, you can eat the haram food once you are dying. It's not that strict. So that will also count for what purpose you are using it. Another thing is, we were talking about fig. Unfortunately, we have got so many fig that I belong to this sect, he belongs to that sect. All these things are done only when we want to justify whatever we think is right. But if you believe the real truth or the real spirit of Islam, your interior will tell you whether this is right or wrong. You can take somebody's land by bribing a judge. No, legally you are right, fair enough. But do you think it's right? It's not. So it's halal and haram, it's fantastic, we must keep it. But for God's sake, apply it as a whole. May Allah help us. And I say thank you very much.
Now we will pause our conference as we have Juma break for half an hour. I request you all to come back at sharp 1:30 p.m. for a very interesting session on power of looks.
सर अभी हम अरेंज कर देते हैं और
या उधर मस्जिद जाके पढ़ें
सर as you wish.
I think बेहतर वो साथ वाजी की मस्जिद है जो वो बोर्ड है उनका टाइम
And I take this opportunity to thank our worthy representatives from the Women Faisalabad Chamber of Commerce. Thank you very much. It was really a pleasure having you with us. And thank you so much. You attended all the session, and I am sure